When I was in middle school, my best friend at the time told me that she had fallen for a guy who is a really big red flag. Yeah, and I actually believe we all have at least one friend like that. Love is so powerful, it turns such an ordinary person like him into a special one in my friend's eyes. And no matter how hard I was trying to warn my friend about guys like him, she ignored and kept believing in some nonsense like, good guys go to heaven, but bad guys bring heaven to you. And guess what? That couldn't end well. However, back then, I had no way to explain why people, not just my friend, keep falling for the same type of guys. And that's how I began to do some research of my own about attraction. First of all, you feel different whenever you're around your lovers versus your parents, right? Because your body reacts differently whenever you're around them. It triggers your emotional response and pro-social behaviors. So now you are the boldest flirt in the town. But don't cringe too much if you get cheesier, because at the end of the day, we all have that moment. And you can stop noticing everything whenever they're around. Their images are everywhere in your life. I have noticed this while observing other people's romantic experience. And what I have found out is that we seem to have zero control over what kind of people we are attracted to. And my best friend was a great example of this. She couldn't stop herself from being attracted to those boys who didn't repay her feelings. It's not her fault. And it's not our fault for falling for those who don't like us back. We all have to face this problem in life at some point. But if we view this attraction in another light, despite having no power over deciding what kind of people we are attracted to, we can still keep the ability to know what kind of people attract us. Have you guys ever compared yourself with your love interest? Look closely and you will notice some connections. We either share similar or completely opposite traits with the other person. In the first place, there are dozens of studies that have proven why we are attracted to those who are similar to us. It doesn't matter if it was physical features, personality traits, hobbies, or perspective. People tend to feel more secure and more comfortable around those who have something in common with them. And funny how I discovered you can also be attracted to those who remind you of your parents. Yes, our relationship with our primary caretakers as kids have a really big effect on what we want in a romantic partner. We are unconsciously searching for those who have negative or positive traits of our caretakers from our childhood. And this also led me to a conclusion that we are attracted not only to our partner's traits, but also that the feelings that they brought to us, especially if they make us feel in a way that we were made to feel when we were younger. And I'm sure this has to do with a sense of familiarity. And actually, I believe it plays a very big role in attraction. Most of the time, we tend to fall for people that we know beforehand. No wonder why classmates tend to fall for each other. I would like to have a question to all the students who are sitting here. How many times have you seen desperate falling for each other? I mean, in 10th grade alone, I have witnessed quite a bit too much of this kind of situation, and I refuse to believe it's a coincidence. Being around someone often can lead to us being exposed to each other, and over time, we will like each other due to this exposure. However, on the other hand, we can also be attracted to those who are very different from us because they have some qualities that you feel you like. Yes, we are attracted to qualities that we would like to build up in ourselves. I love to describe it as a feeling of wanting to find the missing pieces of yourself. I have categorized this into two types based on my observation. I named them the idol crushes and the enemies to lover. Please don't make fun of the silly name. I'm still 16. However, the idol crushes is when you fall for someone you admire, someone who is very good at a field that you would also want to improve. we tend to look up to the people that we view as superiors to us. Some even idolize their love interest, and that's when the name becomes reality. So I do not recommend. We all know that too much admiration causes distance in love. We should view each other as equal beings, someone who we love, cherish, and respect, not someone who we overvalue and worship. However, it's the opposite case when it comes to the enemies to lover. This trope happens a lot in movies and books, and I find it very funny that too much dislike can turn into love. Also, the reason behind it is not so funny. Attraction formed from hatred could be fueled by traumatic experiences, social competitions, and insecurities. Besides, personally, this is not my favorite trope. I mean, I would be pissed if I know that I'm head over heels for my enemies. It makes me feel like a complete fool. But even if it happens, I don't think I can do anything to stop it. In short, again, attraction can't be controlled, and we all dummies in the face of love. But at least, I hope listening to my talk would make us, you and me, smarter dummies. Thank you.